Shalom, shalom. Akim, Akwatham.
Hey, shalom, 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 shalom. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Most High in Christ bless. And so we're gonna do Tuesday night Bible study on Wednesday night. Since we didn't get it last night, we'll get it tonight. Because we was talking about the Masonic infamous race war advocator, Grandmaster Jay. That's going to get a lot of you probably killed if you continue to follow him. So today's this evening, our topic is acceptable behavior versus rebellion. Quarantine unclean for bad food and COVID-19. Should say quarantine unclean food and COVID-19. Let me look at the message over here. Yeah, let me edit that. So anyone got anything before we get started here? Anyone have anything you want to bring out?
Khan. Hey, just real quick. Someone was put in the chat, maybe the governor, Governor Kemp of Georgia, activated the guard because of so-called Grandmaster Jay and the NFAC. But that's definitely a lie. That didn't take place because of that. He activated the guard because of the influx of deaths here in Georgia, similar to New York numbers, to make sure that there aren't any more unnecessary shootings. I just want to go ahead and throw that out there.
Khan, hey, shalom, star. Someone again, we inviting all of you Israelites. Someone put the email address in the room. We're inviting all of you to come over to male and female to join Anti-Police Brutality Commandos. We are not a racist group. We're not a hate group. We're about the upliftment and the protection of our people that's being lynched by many police. We're not against all police, ones that truly try to enforce justice and not hiding behind a badge to actually merely
enforce
advocate
justice.
white national. Hey, Jeffrey, mute your getting feedback from me. Advocate white nationalism. So with that being said, before we get into what food is good and what food is bad, and this is whoever got the background noise, can you be polite and mute that? Getting some feedback here. I don't really feel like trying to talk over it. Before we go into our message, let's talk about this new deep state puppet that refers to himself as Grandmaster Jay. If you guys can't see that this has to be staged, since when have the government of America been working with a so-called black militia group? Since when has a black militia group been escorted by police? Since when has the government been in favor of it? The media, since when has the media never said anything about so-called black men with guns? They're not saying anything negative about them. They're not even mentioning the killings of all of these so-called young black that we refer to as Israelite children. They're concentrating on this deep state psyop that they're orchestrating because there's an election coming up. Since the election is coming up, the Democratic Party, the very party that's responsible for your slavery, it's given world renown to groups such as Black Lives Matter, and now there's a new thing in the earth. Grandmaster J. This is all behind the deep state, man. It has to be. Since when have they actually ever advocated that it's appropriate for so-called black men and women and others to go out armed with weapons? Well, I guess it's okay since they was leaning on the muzzle of the weapon. They was leaning on the barrels. They took a knee. One guy had the palm of his damn hand right over a loaded weapon, right over the barrel.
Utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous.
Right over the barrel. Now, I got a question though. I want something. I mean, if you want to be fair, you got to be fair, right? So-called jakes, right? Now, I want to show you all you so-called blacks that was out there and you think this is okay, and all you Israelites that's asleep. Let me wake you up a little bit. I want you to think about something, right? Because this man was intentionally trying to exacerbate tension and cause a race war. Stone Mountain, where he went, historically, that is a place where the Klan and other neo-Nazi groups they have a history of rallying there, which is why he went there. I have a question for all of you that's been coming to this channel, all you steeple and sheeple under Grandmaster J in his Masonic order, all of you sheeple. Why did he go to that particular place? And what exactly is that going to do for us as a people going and trying to exacerbate tension where neo-Nazis and KKK has a history of meeting? What is that going to do? That's not going to do anything for our people. What kind of change is that going to bring? What's going to result from that is your blood flowing in the street. Now, I got a question for you, Yashabin. Can a so-called white militia group like the Aryan Army, the Ku Klux Klan, whatever other groups are out there, Antifa, can they go fully armed through a so-called black neighborhood while viciously promoting hatred and division and bad names while being escorted by local law enforcement? What do you think so-called black people would do? So you got to know something's wrong. Usually when they do that, they do it in a public venue, not in nobody's damn neighborhood like this dude did. This dude was trying to cause a race war, and those of you that can't see that, you are blind. You're blind. You're blind, man. This man is going to set you up to die. Like this little effeminate dude that was on here the other night. What's his name? Leo, whatever.
Yeah, Kilo.
You see what kind of people is he got over there in that clique. And he, this same man that claimed to hate Edomites, he had a police escort by the so-called whites that he claimed to hate. What do you think would have happened if they done that walking through? It wouldn't have went down like that in my hood, man. It would have been some serious stuff, man. It would have been some serious stuff, man. So this dude is capping, man. This dude, Grandmaster J, is capping these people, man. I'm an Israelite, man. Many of you refer to as so-called black. Jeffrey, so-called black man, an Israelite. And I'm proud of who I am. I'm pretty sure Jeffrey is also. And so with that being said, I want to commend those Israelites that didn't go out there. But then again, I denounce you for not being willing to stand up and defend our people, right? And I mean, I know a lot of people that was in the special operations in the military, be it Air Force, Marines, Army, Navy, Yashabin being one of them. right? And so what we should do, man, and you find some Israelites that was actually in that, right? Then with that being said, what you should be doing is that all of these different military men, you should start a coalition to build an army based on the spirit of our like-mindedness in self-defense, not to preach race, hatred, rhetoric. We shouldn't be doing that, man. We shouldn't be doing that, man. Father raised him up, the father's gonna bring him down. Because I'm gonna tell you something, man. If race wars happen, America's finished, man. America's done. She can't sustain a civil war because you know what's going to happen? The outside forces are going to attack at that very moment. They're going to attack at that very moment, man. So America, if that happens, America is done. Your American flag is being pulled apart by so many factions, right? You got all kind of things going on, man. The media, you don't trust the media, man. I'm going to tell you straight. Don't trust what you're seeing in the media. Don't trust any of it, man. And so once the United States falls, the rest of the world's going to fall, man. This is another deep state. I'm telling you, man. Grandmaster Jay is another deep state project. He's another deep state project, just like ISIS was. It's a deep state, man. And they're going to use that Negro until they use him all up. And then they're going to get rid of him. He's just another deep state project, man. Another group that just popped up out of the blue. Where did this guy come from? You know anything about him, Octavius? Where did he come from? What about it, Jeffrey? You know anything about this dude, man? Until after the what's the brother Aubrey got murdered? You ain't know anything about this dude, man. Just popped up out of nowhere and started just, yeah, we're not afraid and all of that and so on and so forth. Prior to that, no one knew him. Just like no one knew anything about Barry Soetoro, aka Barack Obama. No one knew anything about this guy, man, because he's part of a deep state project to get you Negroes confused, man. See, this is what the global elite has to do. This is what this illuministic Masonic system has to do to keep control over you, man. Now, all of a sudden, we have this Negro that pops up, and all these sheeple starts to follow him. They're trying to start a race war, man. And your political parties are behind it. They're trying to start a race war, and you simpletons are falling for it. It's prophecy. It's going to come to pass, man. But woe is you, man. Woe is you if you go out there like that. I'm gonna tell you something, man. These good old boys are trained, man. These militias, they're trained a lot better than these dudes, man. They got ranges and all of that they train at, man. Don't you know when I was in the military, man? An Edomite told me, my father, he was like, yo, you're the first black guy that I saw in person, except for on TV. He said, yeah, he said, but yo, man, you cool as hell. I'm just me, man. He said, my father told me it was going to be a race war. So we've been training since I was a little boy. He said since he was a little boy, 12 years old, he had a rifle. And they taught him to shoot because his father told him there was going to be a race war. And I said, hey, he told you the truth, man. And so now we're in these times, man. It's brewing up. And guess what? This guy, Grandmaster Jay, is being used as a puppet, and he's using you sheeple to follow him to start this race war. And they'll probably use the United Nations to stop it. It's all conjecture. It's all based on conjecture. But stay ready. Stay ready, man. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, man. Stay ready. I've been trying to tell people, we've been trying to tell people to join the anti-police brutality commandos, man. We're not a hate group, man. We're just about defending ourselves because we're tired police lynching us in the street. We're tired of Karen, which is I'm just using Karen so you guys can know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the white racist woman that's getting away with so much wickedness for so long. If you're a Karen, if you point a gun at me in self-defense, I'm gonna lay you the hell out. I'm gonna let you know straight. I'm not showing no damn mercy, because if you point a gun at someone, you intend to murder me, man. You intended to take my life, and in self-defense, I'm going to use equal force. A weapon is deadly. You should never point that at anyone unless you intend to use it. Never. That's one of the first things. If you're trained to handle arms, you never point a weapon at anyone unless you intend to use it, because there's consequences that's coming with that. So this is all part of all these things that we see that's happening, man. It's all part of this deep state project. And I've been trying to tell people, we've been trying to tell people and associates that these Democrats have been using you so-called black peoples as pawns to push their agenda that do not have you so-called black Americans' best interests in mind. But you're simple as hell and you're following for it. I'm gonna tell you, man. All you people talking about, oh yeah, Trump, he's getting nervous. He if he stay in office, man, so and so, and if he don't get in office, if he don't win, he's not gonna want to leave the White House. Let me tell you something, man. I don't give a damn who's in the White House, but I don't want Democrats there. Now, it may sound funny to you, but they're gonna try and take away your damn gun rights, man. They've been trying and trying and trying, man. If they get to office, that's what they're gonna try and do. They've been trying to pass all kind of bills, man, in even some of the gun states, but they've been getting knocked down. So you think you want them there, man? You're gonna be in for quite a damn surprise, man. Quite a damn surprise, man. And these Democrats do not have your best interests in mind. You better wake your people up, man. Better wake your families up. You better wake your mind up, man. They don't have our best interests in mind. And they're using whatever means necessary, man, to regain power of the presidency. What? This is very disturbing, man. And everyone should fear, I'm telling you, man, everyone should fear if they do regain power, because they're going to do everything that they damn can to hold it forever. Now, with that being said, let's get into this. The scriptures about you eating the wrong food. This is where you fear Esau. He taught you to eat the wrong food. This is why you can't think straight. It's so unhealthy. This is why you perish from COVID. You eating bad food, man. Your body, man, is like a warehouse, or should I say, your body's like a damn sewage. It's like a sewage, man. You know that thing, when you lift up the damn manhole, all kind of damn things in the sewer, rats, everything. That's what your body look like inside, man. Based on what you're putting in it. Based on what you're putting in your body is like a sewer. Now let's start with the book of Yeshaya, chapter 8, verse 20. Scriptures say, to the Torah and to the witness, if they speak not according to this word, it is because they have no truth in them. It's 9 o'clock. Grandmaster Jay don't speak according to this word. Donald Trump don't speak according to this word. Most of these political people do not speak these political not speak according to this word. Someone got that? Yeshaya, Isaiah 8, verse 20. There's no light in these people, man. You can see that there's no light in this guy, Grandmaster J. There's no light in him.
Book of Yeshaya, chapter 8, verse 20. To the Torah and to the witness, if they do not speak according to this word, it is because they have no daybreak.
Meaning no light. What happens at daybreak? You see light. Because they have no daybreak. They have no light in them. Now, how many of you Israelites that's following this man? Because it sounds like some Israelites was out there. Did you see that, Jeffrey? Did you see that, Israel? It sounds like there was some Israelites out there when they was teaching, when they were speaking. But they can't have no light in them. You can't be out there. Now, you had someone that came on this channel yesterday and said that he was against LBTQRS XYZ. Oh, control. Because we was looking at their ranks and we saw some of them right in their ranks. You didn't see Butch in those ranks, Will? I saw Butch in those ranks. You mean to tell me you didn't see Butch in those ranks, Yashabi? I saw Butch in there, man.
Definitely. They were there.
Come on. From there, let's get the book of Romans 6 and 16. So if they don't speak according to this, they say, how come you guys won't join them? We're showing you why we won't join them. The Most High say if they don't speak according to this word, there is no light in them. This is why we can't be joined on to him. Then you got Jake want to come, oh yeah, man, we let religion divide us. No. The Most High is dividing us. The Most High is dividing us. Someone get Romans 6 and 16, and someone get Deuteronomy 23, verse 3, I think it is. I'm going to show you what's going to happen to a movement like that. That's not moving in the spirit of truth. The Most High tell us not to join on to that thing, man. Nothing victorious is coming out of that, man. You got all kind of wickedness. Joining on to that thing, all kind of lifestyles. The Most High is not in favor of that. No, it's not Deuteronomy 23 and 3. I'll tell you in a second what I'm looking for. Someone got that Romans?
Go on. Romans chapter 6, verse 16. Do you not know that to whom you present your...
Got it.
Verse 16. Do you not know that to whom you present yourselves servants for obedience, you are servants of the one whom you obey?
Con. So if you obey Grandmaster J, you're a servant of him. This man's not in the truth, man. That's why we can't join on to them, man. How you gonna be led by someone that's worshiping a heathen with an unk on his neck? How you gonna be joined on to that, man? All kind of wickedness going on, all kind of lifestyles out there. Now he gonna speak out against, Black Lives Matter, but he got the same type of people in his organization. I saw it with my own eyes, man. From there, let's get Deuteronomy 23, verse 9. That's why we're not joined on to that. And you Israelites, all of you that's joined on to that, according to the Bible, death and destruction to you just as well. The Most High is not moving with that. The spirit of the Most High doesn't move with that, man. The Most High do not move with wickedness, man. If the Most High tells us not to do a thing, don't do it. You better go and read the book of Leviticus 20 and 13. You better go and read the book of Romans chapter 1, verse 26 to the end of that chapter. You better go and read the book of Jude. Most High's not joining on to that, man. Most High's not blessing that. They're being led by High Shaitan. That's nothing but another game, man. That's all that is. But this is a racist game.
The book of Debarim, or Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verse 9. When the army goes out against your enemies, then you will guard yourself from every evil matter. You want me to read on?
That doesn't. Yeah. So let me break that down because I don't like the way that reads in there. What that precept is saying is when you go forth against your enemies, like this man said he was going against his enemy, Grandmaster Jay. The Most High says, keep yourself from wicked things. Keep from every wicked thing. That means a wicked man that's practicing wickedness, a wicked woman that's practicing wickedness. Keep from that. Why? Because the spirit of the Most High is not going to move with you if you with wicked people, man. That's into all of these kind of different lifestyles. If you into you going out there with women that want to carry signs and justify murdering the fruit of the womb, the Most High said keep away from that kind of stuff, man. You're not supposed to be joining on to them. So why are you joining on to them? And why you coming here and asking us why don't we get down? Because the Most High told us not to get down, man. See, society exists in order of clergy, right? Nobility. And the so-called Middle Ages, right? That's what they refer to as the Dark Ages. That's when we ruled the earth, right? They call it Dark Ages because so-called blacks was ruling the earth. Israelites, right? Moors. These Catholic bishops were upset by the low education of their priests. So each cathedral bishop set up a cathedral school. See, this is how they started to take over, man. Now, at first, they educated the clergy. This is why so many of you are bugged out of your mind because you're taught by them. I'm talking to all of you so-called Christians. And keep in mind, many of you Israelites, you're nothing but Christians and fringes. But then later, they began to accept the children of nobility to train them for high office in church and in government. See, Nate, he became a child of nobility. Israel, you keep falling out. Nate became a child of nobility. Nate knew the truth, man. Nate's leading that congregation astray, man. Why? Because the papacy, the Jesuits, the Illuminati has taken control of the church. See, today's seminaries, they have evolved from the medieval cathedral schools under the Jesuits. They call them prep schools, right? Prep schools are now worldwide. See, their ideas are heard coming out of the mouth of almost every damn pastor that you listen to. Listen to T.D. Jakes well. You can hear it coming out of his mouth. Listen to Bonita Bonham well. You can hear it coming out of her mouth. Joel Osteen, and so on and so forth. And so they use this to explain conflicts that they see in the scriptures. They're all mysticals. And they use replacement theology instead of the truth of the scriptures, claiming to be spiritual Israel. You got these nations. How many of you heard that before? They say, man, the Most High put away his people because they wouldn't follow him. They didn't accept a Mashiach. So now Israel is spiritual. I'm spiritual Israel. And therefore, me being a Gentile, I can make it also.
Yeah.
And you ever hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
They say I'm spiritual Israel. They say I'm spiritual Israel to explain why they have nothing in common with any behavior seen in the scriptures. They don't keep the laws. They worship the day of the sun. And they worship on the day of the sun. And they eat swine. Clean Like Linen was talking about today how his people had moved to Texas and claimed that he accepted Jesus. And that's exactly who he accepted, because he's still swining. He still eat pork. You see what I'm saying? So if they're eating pork, who are they obeying? I'm talking to all of you, man. And I hope your mothers and fathers, and especially your great-grandparents, are listening, because I'm about to cut all of them with this Bible, man. If they still eating pork, who are they obeying? Well, what did the Most High say about that thing? Who are they obeying? Still eating pork, huh? They eat high on the hog. They used to eat chitlins. Now they eat ham.
I still eat
I can
chitlins.
afford ham now. And you're going to die, Negro, die. You're going to die, Negro, die. And when you eat that stuff, man, it oozes out of your pores. So a non-pork eater, when you come around them, man, you smell like hell. Your breath stink. There's nowhere around it. You could brush your teeth and gargle all damn day. That damn swine is coming out of you. And you're filled with chicken-out worms. No matter how much they cook it, you know they can't kill the worms in it. That stuff get in your body, man, and it start eating away at your pores. So what is given by Yahawah to be food is the question. Can we just eat whatever we choose, well? Doing whatever seems right in our own eyes? That's what they're saying, man. See, there are basic principles we learn from the scriptures. Mashiach said to seek the scriptures because in them you find life. That means salvation. That means immortality. So these basic principles we learn from the scriptures, and they don't change. How do we know they don't change? Get the book of Malachi 3 verse 6, well, because they're telling, oh no, Acts, say eat anything, call nothing unclean. Okay, well, we're gonna deal with that. We're gonna deal with that. Because that's the lie that Christians like to promote. Black woman eating shrimp. And when you lay down and try to be intimate with her, she smell like a damn shrimp and a damn crab. And you simple as hell, you lay down with her. Don't you know she putting that same spirit on you, man? I don't mean to be vulgar, man. She smell like a shrimp. You lay down with her trying to be intimate. She open her legs. She smell like a damn shrimp or a crab. And you don't care because you're a simple Negro because you eat it also. You're the simpleton that took it a Red Lobster. And they wonder why they sick. They wonder why they die from COVID-19. And some of us could walk around with no mask and breathe healthy. All that bad food that they're eating. That's the curse of the Most High, man. See, a lot of people said that Esau orchestrated this thing, man. This is Yahawah's work, man. Yahawah's doing this thing. Negroes in the South don't want to listen. You don't want to pick the pig down. He got something for you. So the Most High say, I got something for you now. First, I hit the north, now I hit the south. Go ahead, brother. Malachi 3 and 6.
For I am Yahawah. I will not change. And you, O sons of Jacob, will not come to an end.
So the Most High said, first of all, he never changed. So you can't say he said before we can't eat pork in the Levitical law. Then you say, oh, well, that changed with Christ. We could eat it. He just said, I don't change. And he said he's never going to give up Israel. Israel always going to be his people. So what are you talking about, spiritual Israel? What are you talking about, spiritual Israel? He doesn't change, man. He doesn't alter his words that have going forth from his mouth. That's one thing the Most High can't do. He damn sure can't break his own promise. That's his only limitation. He doesn't break his promises. He despises now what he despised before. He despised you eating pork before. Don't think you could get away with it now. He still despises people that eat pork. See, when we trust in what he tells us, we could be assured that we're standing on a firm foundation altogether. But when we don't, we're just worthless sinners. And he don't hear our prayers, according to John 9:31. See these Jesuit teachings. And Nate of our UIC, he's under the Jesuit teachings now, man. Yahani of ISUPK, he's under the Jesuits teaching. Rakar, you know damn well he's under Jesuits teaching. You like his eyes gonna pop out of his head every time he talk. These Jesuit teachings are about food. It was wiped out from my mind when I read the prophet's words about the fire, which would be used to punish mankind for their disobedience in the end times on the day of Yahawah. Why Yahawashi? When you read that, man, that thing will clear you up and straighten you out, man, and make you go right. See, these prophecies describes the punishment of the rebellious and those eating unclean animals. Some of you taking that unclean other food, meaning doctrine, like doctrine of this guy, Grandmaster J. That's unclean food, man. The words that go into your mind, man, they're feeding your mind. What are you nourishing your mind with? These things go into your spirit, so it's making your spirit unclean. The fire is not an abstraction, man. It's mentioned in the scriptures. It's a real thing, man. It's a real thing. Let's get 2 Peter 3, verse 10 through 12. This is real, man. It's not made up. Keep thinking it's a joke. Marty Moore, you better listen to this word, man. Someone get 2 Peter 3, verse 10 through 12. This fire is real, man.
The book of 2 Kafah, chapter 3, verse 10 through 12. But the day of the Supreme Master, Yahawah, will come as a thief in the night.
Yeah, like when it's unexpected. That's why a lot of you going to die. It's going to come when it's unexpected and you think you're going to get a pass, man. That's 613 commandments in the Bible. You turn to the person to your right and say, which one did you break today? 2 will be taken. 2 will be in the field. 1 will be taken. The other one's going to be left. Go ahead, read, King.
In which the Shemayim, heaven, will pass away with great noise. And the
boom! With a great noise. That's thermonuclear destruction, man. And the elements, it's telling you what it is. The elements shall melt with intense heat. Go ahead, read on.
And the elements will melt with intense heat, and the earth and the works that are in it will be burned up.
Will be burned up. What do you think that's talking about, Will? That's not talking about no regular fire. That's talking about thermonuclear destruction. The same chariots they want you to believe that's made up. That they want you to believe that's a fairy tale. Let me tell you something, Will. Every time you look at these superhero movies, you know what they based on? They're based on angels of the Most High. That's going to come and bring a destruction to this earth, man. This is why Hamashiach said he's coming with a government on his shoulders. What does that tell you? That means he's coming to destroy the current government. This is why he's bringing a new government. Read.
Yahawah, seeing all these are to be destroyed in this way, what kind of people ought to be in set apart behavior and reverence?
Yeah, you're supposed to be in set apart behavior, man. Since you know this stuff is going to happen. You know what the problem is? You don't believe it's going to happen, man. You don't believe that these things are going to happen. This is why you're doing what you're doing. If you believe that, you wouldn't be eating pork. Gotta die of something. You sit there, you big as hell, your damn gut all the way out the head. You grown ass man. You ain't seen your penis in 10 years. The only way you see your penis, you go and stare in the damn mirror. You can't look down. You can't even see your damn feet. Your stomach's way out the head. And you still eating, you still swining. You're still eating pork. And if you are what you eat, Piggly Wiggly, don't get mad when someone call you a pig. Go ahead, read, King. He burping and farting and wonder why his woman don't want to be with him anymore. Now she eating pork too.
You muted out.
Oh, Salaki. Looking for and hastening the coming of the day of the Supreme Elohim, through which the Shemayim will be destroyed, being set on fire, and the elements melt with intense heat.
Come on. Now, he's not talking about his own heaven. The heaven that he's talking about is rulership. That's rulership. He's not going to destroy his own heaven. And we can prove that in the book of Isaiah, the 34th chapter. Someone grab that real quick, because they think the Most High is going to destroy his own heaven. That's how the Negro mind works. Hey, here go the Negro. Here go the Negro, Jeffrey. Excuse me, Mr. Grandmaster J, I want to join on to you, man. I like what you're doing, man. Yeah. And you gonna die, Negro, die. That man's not cool by the Most High.
Book of Yeshaya, chapter 34 and 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear the hearken, ye people, let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things come forth in it. For the indignation of Yah is upon all nations, and his authority and his fury.
Jump down to verse 4. Jump down to verse 4.
Salaki. Yeshaya 34 and 4. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together.
Slow down. So the host is like an army. A host is an army. So all the armies are going to be dissolved. Read on.
And the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
And the heavens are going to be rolled together like a giant scroll. Read.
And all their hosts shall fall down.
And all their soldiers shall fall down. Read on.
As the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as the fallen fig from the fig tree.
Okay, read.
And my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
Okay, so my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Is the Most High talking about his own heaven? No. He's not talking about his own heaven. He's going to let you know whose heaven he's talking about. Heaven is rulership. Heaven is having the things you want. Heaven is having Masonic illuministic powers to control the entire earth. That's what heaven is. Great.
It shall come down upon Edomia and upon the people
Idumea.
of Idumea.
It shall come down on Idumea. Idumea is a Greek word for Edomite. Go and look it up yourself. Google it right now. Idumea. That's a Greek word for Edomite. They try and throw that Greek word in there to throw you off.
And upon the
people
of my curse
to judgment. So it's letting you know who that's going to come down on. That's whose heaven is going to be destroyed. For all of you to go off and say, yeah, he's going to destroy the heaven. No, he's not. From there, let's get Jeremiah 3 and 15. Jeremiah 3 and 15.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 15. And I will give you shepherds according to my heart, and they will feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Read that again.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 15. And I will give you shepherds according to my heart. And
Stop
they
for a second. Stop for a second. Now, I got a question to all of you on the sounds of our voice. Is Grandmaster Jay, that's leading these people to their destruction, a shepherd of the Most High, according to his heart, walking around with an unk on, not keeping law one? A shepherd is someone that leads the sheep. What did he have out there with him? He had 1,000 sheeple, but he was leading them to the slaughter. So who must he be led by? There's only two forces in this earth, man. It's darkness and it's light. It's good and it's evil. So if you're not led by the Most High, that means you're led by the damn devil. Read.
And they will feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Now I got a question. Is this man giving these people knowledge and understanding, Israel? Is this man giving these people knowledge and understanding? No, he's not. No, he's not. What he's giving them is a death certificate. That's what he's giving them, a death certificate. Let me get Isaiah 66 and 15. Destruction is coming to the earth, man.
Looks like country needs to be edified.
Who's that?
He's country.
Yeah, we got a topic here, man. Don't worry about him, man. Someone give me that Isaiah 66 and 15. See, that kind of stuff interrupts the word, man. Got to stay in the spirit right now and deal with that dude later. That's Satan right there, man. That's what Satan's doing, man. The scriptures say when the word goes forth, man, some people receive the word, but then Satan comes along, man. And if that word fall on those that's on stony ground, they don't even receive the word, man. A distraction. That's what he's doing, man. He's coming through the spirit of Satan, man.
I felt that plenty of times. What you just said, receiving it, and Satan coming to try to sway you a different way, and bringing some other kind of precept.
You gotta be wise enough not to allow them to distract us, man. That's what he's doing, man. He's trying to go off topic, man. You see what I'm saying? Gotta stay in the spirit. You deal with that clown later, man. Isaiah 66 and 15. Someone got that? And someone get the Luke 11, verse 8 through 11. Isaiah 66 and 15. And then Luke 11, 8 through 11.
Book of Yeshaya, chapter 66, verse 15. For look, Yahawah comes with fire, and with his chariots, like a whirlwind, to render his displeasure with burning, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Yeah, keep on. Read on. Read on.
For by fire and by his sword, Yahawah will judge all flesh.
So you're going to be judged all flesh by fire, man. That's judgment right there. Read on.
And the slain of Yahawah will be many.
So many of you so-called blacks, you want to follow Grandmaster Jay, you're going to die, Negro, die. You're going to die also because it's not the spirit of the Most High. You're going to be taken up out of here. The slain of the Most High will be many. Read.
Those who cleanse themselves apart and cleanse themselves at the gardens after one in the midst, eating flesh of pigs and the abomination and the mouse are snatched away together, declares Yahawah.
Come on, they eat all kind of stuff, man. A lot of those people down there in Stone Mountain, Georgia, man, those men out there marching, those women, they eat possum, they eat raccoon.
Hey,
You know what I mean? They rabbit. They probably eat that thing muskrat. All kind of things is unclean, man. They eat pig.
They was right in front of a barbecue pit. That's where they were congregated at. Right in front of a barbecue place. Funny enough. Coincidentally enough.
We're supposed to be separate, man. You might want to get out of this room, man. You're distracting. You coming with the spirit of Satan. Yeah, we are separate. We're separate from you guys, man. You're nothing like us, man. We're men of the Most High. We're men and women of the Most High, and we can't come together, man. We're not of the same mind. We're not of the same mind, man. Someone give me Amos 2, verse 3. 3, verse 2. Hurry up, man. Real quick, man. For this damn demon in here, man. What you over here for anyways, man? You don't like this? Then fall back. We didn't ask you to come over here and listen to this.
Book of Amos, chapter 3,
I'm
verse
not
2.
your brother, man. Hold on, man. I'm not your brother. My brother is in the temple with me. My brother is in the spirit with me. So read what you got, King.
You alone have I known of all the clans of the earth.
Jump down to the 3rd verse.
Verse 3. Would two walk together without having met?
Yeah, so we can't walk together, man. We're not of the same spirit. You talking about separating. We already are separated. Can two walk together except they agree? We don't get together with people that's in all of these things that you guys are in. And you're not being led by the spirit of the Most High. So no, you're right. We are separate. From there, man, let's go to the book of Luke. Actually, Leviticus, man. Leviticus 11 and 8. Let's talk on these laws, man. Show Jake how he's breaking these laws, man. Here, more coming here talking about why y'all stop worshiping Allah, man. Get the hell out of here, man. Go to damn Turkey, man, and worship that damn pentagon flag, man. Go and construct a fake document or something, man. Go and steal someone's house like you Moors do, man. Go and steal a damn $10 million home so you could get locked up for a while. Don't bring your garbage around here, man.
The book of Yahawah, Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 8. Their flesh you do not eat, and their carcasses you do not touch. They are unclean to you.
So we're not even supposed to touch a damn pig's carcasses. If you see it in the supermarket, don't you know you're not even supposed to touch that package? You don't touch it. You don't touch the carcasses. Jake eating it. Grandmaster Jay down there got them in front of a damn barbecue pit. Anyone that don't eat that stuff would have got sick from that alone, man. Just from the aroma of the damn pig. Go ahead, read.
Verse 9. These you do eat, all of them that are in the waters. Anyone that has fins and scales in the waters. In the seas or in the rivers that you do eat. But all that have not fins and scales in the seas.
Okay, all that don't have fins and scales, that's a lobster, that's an oyster, that's a clam, that's a damn shark. That's all these damn things that you eat, like these damn Moabites eat damn squids and all of this, man. That's disgusting as hell, man. That's an abominable thing to the Lord and to the Most High, that power. That's abominable, man. Lobsters, crabs, shrimp, all of that you're not supposed to eat, man. It's unclean. Catfish, yeah, John Brown, catfish, all of that. And what does Jake do? He eat it. Yeah, that's good eating. And you wonder why you sick. You wonder why you sick. Go ahead, read, King.
All that move in the waters, or any living creature which is in the waters, they are an abomination to you.
Come.
They are an abomination to you. Of their flesh do not eat, and their carcasses you abominate.
Come. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you people something, man. What you really need to do is fix your diets, your eating habits, right? And it's not really a diet. It has to become a lifestyle. This is why many of you got sick and a lot of your family members died from corona. I don't give a damn about corona, man. I'm a breed, man. Oh, I'm a breed. See, these things, starfish. Some of it even eat starfish, man. You go down in the damn Chinatown, man, New York, they got damn starfish in a glass jar, selling it to people to eat. They eat oysters. All of these things are loaded with toxin, man. Starfish, oysters, clams, all types of shellfish, meaning crabs, lobsters, all of that. All of these things are supposed to be used for cleaning the sea. They're bottom feeders. They're on the bottom of the ocean. They eat the dead things in the sea. And what do? You go and eat it. And when you wonder why your breath smells like crap, no matter how much you brush your teeth, you can't seem to get rid of the bad breath. These things, man, like shrimp, crabs, oysters, all kind of shellfish, they digest rotten material that falls to the sea floor. They're bottom feeders. They ingest potent toxins. Then you put it in your system, then you get sick. And their bodies are made of these poisonous substances. Cooking has no effect on these poisonous substances, man. This is what's in your system. You people need to listen, man. I'm trying to save your life. Trying to add some years onto your life. Toxins are also in many other creatures. Like sharks. They're loaded with toxins. Eels. Sea bass. Lobsters. They're loaded with toxin, man. These eat one another, man. They eat one another. Concentrating the poisonous as it moves up the food chain of these creatures. So these neurotoxins are found in these sea creatures. And this is only the tip of the iceberg, family. It's only a tip of the iceberg. You got land animals that are unclean and must never be ingested for the same reasons. But what do? You eat it. I'm talking about the pig. I'm talking about you damn Arabs that eat camels. You got the damn Chinese and Japanese, they eat dogs, man. Stop me where I'm lying at. They eat cats. They eat monkeys. You eat skunks, man. Who in the hell would eat a skunk, man? Eating squirrels, rabbits, horse. Talking about it's good eating.
Ain't nothing good about that but death.
Some of you even eat their reptiles. These things are not given to us as food. Don't you know some of these damn things will eat poop? Don't you know a damn dog eat poops? And Chinese will go and eat a dog? A dog eat poops, man. You're not supposed to eat their flesh, man. Thus said the Most High. See, these scientists, they're stumped as to why so many diseases are becoming an epidemic in the human population. Cancer, Alzheimer's, diabetes, arthritis, Parkinson, COVID-19, and a host of more that may be largely caused by toxins and your GMO diet. But you won't listen. They'll just say, oh, just like cigarettes. Oh, Todd's doc, yeah, you gotta die of something. I like it though. And you're gonna die, man. As of me speaking on this live stream right now, man, do you know that 1 in 68 live birth show signs of autism? 1 in every 68. Autism, 1 in every 68. That's a debilitating neuropathic condition, man, that has no cure. They don't have any cure for autism. Blood and fat, not supposed to ingest it. Don't you know you're not supposed to eat fat? You're not supposed to eat blood of any animal. What did Esau do? He taught you to eat the wrong food. Yeah, I have mine medium rare. Got a steak. He go and use the damn bathroom, smell like a damn septic tank when he come out of there. Damn steak in his body 4 or 5 days.
That stuff is actually rotting inside of your digestive tract. It's rotting.
Yeah, exactly.
Your body is using all of its immune system just to keep you alive, and you're burdening yourself and making yourself susceptible to all types of viruses and stuff out there.
In that chapter, it tells you that blood. This is why, don't you know Israelites are not supposed to give blood? Because when you give blood, you're giving life, man. No one else's blood is supposed to be running through your body, man. Israelites are not to give blood, man. You're not supposed to be involved in any kind of blood transfusion. Because whatever disease they had, they put it in your body. Blood is their life. Scriptures say that, man. You don't eat the blood of any animal, any person. Blood is the life. But you want to eat it medium rare. Say it tastes better. Esau even going to tell you a damn lie it's healthier for you. I don't cook it all the way. Where they do that at, man? That comes from the Caucasus Mountains days, man. We ain't never ate nothing like that, man. Raw meat, eating his flesh raw. The life is the blood, man. That's not kosher. I told you guys to eat kosher food. Kosher is a Hebrew word, kosher, meaning acceptable or appropriate. That's how the Most High told us to eat. This is why the so-called Jewish people said that their food is kosher. That means acceptable, appropriate. So when you eat these things, you're not eating kosher. You're eating lizards, snails, all of that, man. That's unclean. See, when someone takes another's behavior, we might hear the comment that, hey, that's not kosher. See, it's a kind of way of saying that they should consider their plan and modify it. So it won't be that. You might not want to tell them, yo, man, that's filthy, that's unclean. Just tell them, hey, man, it's not kosher. Kosher food is approved by the word of Yahawah, which is the meaning of the text. Someone get me 1 Timothy 4, verse 4. 1 Timothy 4, verse 4. For something to be kosher, it has to be approved by the word of the Most High.
First Timothy 4:4. For every creature of Yahawah is good, and nothing to be refused if it be received with thanksgiving. Want me to read 5?
Yeah, keep reading.
For it is sanctified by the word of Yahawah and prayer. If thou put the brethren in remembrance of these things, thou shalt be good and minister. Salaki. Thou
Come.
shalt be a good minister of Yahawashi Messiah, nourished up
Yeah,
by
you was
the words.
coming through kind of broken.
Salaki, it's my internet. Salaki.
I got you on that one. Verse 6. If you present these matters to the brothers, you will be
No. Read verse 4 through 5 again. It
okay.
came through a little broken. We just want 4 and 5, man.
Gotcha. The book of First Timotheus, chapter 4, verse 4 and 5. Because every creature of the Supreme Elohim is good, and none is to be rejected if it is received with thanksgiving. For it is set apart by
Okay,
the
stop for a second. That's what's key right there. It is set apart. So only the set apart creatures are good by the word of Elohim and prayer. Okay, read on.
For it is set apart by the word of the Supreme Elohim and
See,
prayer.
they read that right there. They read that every creature is good, and they stop reading. And they don't read the thing contextual. They don't read it in context. Read on.
Verse 6. If you present these matters to the brothers, you will be a good servant of Yahawashi, the anointed one, being nourished.
Okay, yeah, right. Stop. That's it right there. So the word set apart by the word means the animal is declared to be acceptable as food by the word of Yahawah. That's what set apart means. And we already know what the acceptable foods are. He told us in the book of Leviticus, the 11th chapter. So that which is not declared to be food is not kosher, meaning that it's not acceptable. It is not appropriate. And is forbidden by the same word of Yahawah. Let's get to the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 19. You can't just eat what you want, man. You better stop listening to these Christian preachers, man. They're going to give you death. And you better stop listening to the wrong mental food that's coming from people like Grandmaster Jay. That's going to get you death. Mark 7 and 19.
The book of Marcos, chapter 7, verse 19. Because it does not enter his heart, but his stomach, and is eliminated, thus purging all the foods.
Now, when you read that in a so-called new international version, they don't switch that to saying that I'm gonna use their words that they use. They say Jesus declared all foods clean. See, that's how they didn't tamper with the books, man. And that's nothing but a monk's marginal notes that came into the text later. See, if something is declared to be food by the word of Yahawah, then the food has to be kosher. If it is not food, we deduce that we're not to eat it as food. These new Bibles, like the New International Version footnotes, it states that Mark wrote the sentence above that Yasha being read. Then it directs the reader to the book of Acts, the chapter, verse 9 through 16, and that's how it gets you. Peter's vision. So then you think all food is good. But what does it really say? What does it really teach? 3 sheets, man. Acts 10 and 11. When you read the book of Acts, the 10th chapter, and Acts, the 11th chapter, it's talking about 3 sheets that Peter saw in a vision. It contained reptiles and other unapproved animals. So Peter wondered what the vision represented. And 3 Gentile men We're just arriving at the gate asking to speak with him. When you read the book, Acts, the 11th chapter, Peter explains how he correlated the 3 sheets with the 3 men. That's what it's talking about. It was trying to prepare you to deal with the Gentiles. And Yahawah had allowed Gentiles, formerly regarded as unclean, to repentance. What Gentiles were they talking about? They was talking about the northern kingdom that had went astray. And they had taken on Greco-Roman customs. This was not talking about food. It was talking about 3 men who were Gentiles, comparing them to 3 unclean animals. Understand what thou readest? Obviously not. Do you understand? You got to know what you're reading, and you got to know this Bible. Otherwise, these Christians will trick you and deceive you. That's nothing but toxic teaching, man. These preachers are teaching you toxic teachings. They're feeding your mind with toxin, just like this guy, Grandmaster Jay. He's feeding your mind with toxin. He's leading the sheep away. Toxic teachings could poison the wheat and then cause a kind of drunkenness. So we need to be vigilant, man. How do we cleanse our path? How do we cleanse our path, Will? Let's get Psalms 119, verse 9 through 11. How do we cleanse our path? Will's a young man. Let's show him how to cleanse his path, man. Psalms 119, verse 9 through 11. What must a young man do to cleanse his path? Follow Grandmaster Jay, au contraire. That's bad, toxic food, man, being fed to your mind. Follow the system, au contraire. How would a young man cleanse his path?
Book of Tahalim, Psalms, chapter 119, verse 9 through 11. How would a young man cleanse his path? To guard it according to your word. Verse 10.
Right. Yeah, read.
I have sought you with all my heart. Let me not stray from your commands. I have treasured up your word in my heart, that I might not sin against you. Verse 12.
No, that's good right there. That's good right there.
Come on.
So that's how you a young man cleanse his way, man, by keeping the commandments. Seeking the Most High with all your heart, meaning your mind. Do not stray from the commandments, meaning keeping the commandments. Treasure the word in your heart, in your mind, that stop you from sinning. That's how a young man cleanses his way. Let's get Devarim, chapter 12, verse 22.
Come on.
The book of Devarim, chapter 12, verse 22. Only as the gazelle and the deer are eaten, so are you to eat of it. The unclean and the clean alike eat of it.
Yeah, both unclean and clean things eat of the deer. So the context of these, it literally deals with the festivals and the uncleanness or cleanness of the people. You understand? It is not saying to eat unclean things. The unclean and clean alike. See, another common misunderstood scripture and text is the book of Romans 14, verse 1 through 22. To 23, should I say. Paul, Shaul is actually discussing fasting, not the Shabbat day. See, one eats and another fasts, but both are doing so in thanksgiving. So some of these new believers, you might be like me, man. You might eat only vegetables. And they're unsure until they grow mature in the faith. Being new in the faith, they think they could only eat vegetables. You got a lot of Rastafarians to teach that. You could eat more than vegetables. That's not scriptural. Noah knew unclean and clean before the flood. How did he know, Will?
It's in his
Because
heart.
we rightfully know, man. The Most High put that thing in your heart, man. How did Noah which animals was unclean and clean to go in that ark? Let's get the book of Genesis, the 7th chapter. It tells you that some animals clean and some was unclean. How did he know? And Noah was supposed to take 7 times as many clean animals as he took unclean ones. Why? He built an altar and offered a clean animal to Yahawah. He didn't offer an unclean one. We could read all of this in the book of Leviticus, man, about clean and unclean. Leviticus, the 11th chapter. All unclean animals, they devour toxin material. And they are nothing but a concentration of these toxins. It increased more as they moved up the food chain. These viruses, these parasitic organisms, they invade the unclean animals like the pig. A pig is a damn perfect breeding ground for parasites and viruses. Where the hell do you think they get the swine flu? It's a perfect breeding ground. Snails, sharks, rays, octopus. All of these kind of things, they accumulate toxins, man, on a regular basis. Eagles, vulture. You eating a damn vulture, and you see that out there eating a damn dead animal on the street, then you'll go and eat that. Owl. You eat a damn owl. A hawk. And other fowls, man, that are filled with toxin. These things are scavengers, man. They eat decay, man. They eat dead animals that's been laying on the damn earth in the street for days. That are going to eat it, man. Because the Most High designed them to clean up the earth. Yet you'll eat it. These are scavengers, man. They will even eat living animals that's loaded with toxin themselves. So if we remain rebellious, family, we can become repulsive to Yahawah. He can allow our vessels to be inhibited by demonic entities. I'm telling you, man. It's a Tyler Dot. Nah, that's ridiculous, man. You can't get a demon by eating unclean food or control. You got an unclean toxins in you, man. Unclean spirits too. See, Yahawashi describes unclean spirits and how they behave. Let's get the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 29. Man, I can't make this up. Unclean spirits, man. In the book of Matthew, the 10th chapter, he gave his students the power to overcome unclean spirits. You're supposed to have that power, Marty Mark. No one's going to get it. I guess I'll get it.
I got
Matthew
it.
12 and 29.
I was just seeing if anyone else is going to get it. But Book of Matahayu, chapter 12, verse 29. Or how is one able to enter a strong man's house and plunder his goods unless he first binds the strong man, and then he
So,
will.
in other words, how do you think an unclean spirit get into you, man? They got to purge out the good spirit if it was in you. And for toxins to get in your body, they take it over. They bind your strength. You become full of unclean things, to include unclean spirits. See, diseases can spread quickly in a population like it did. Just like they said it's spreading again in the South. Disease, it can spread quickly in the population unless there's a way to avoid contact with the contagion. Cover your face. I can't breathe. The priesthood could identify the symptoms of an unclean person. And they knew what to do. We could read about that in the book of Leviticus, the 14th chapter. Leprosy could be identified in a person or even in a building by the priest. See, when a person was a leper, they had to live outside of the community. They would say, unclean, unclean, unclean. Ricky D was making mockery of that. He didn't know that was really in the scriptures, man. When a person had leprosy, that's what they would say. The community would call him out. Unclean, unclean, unclean. They kick him out of the community, kick her out of the community. If others came near them, that regulation of uncleanness extends to how a woman needs to be aware where she sits during her monthly period. So in general, brothers, sisters, whatever unclean thing might touch something, that thing becomes unclean. If you're wearing clothing, then sitting on a towel, will that insulate a chair sufficiently? See, Yahawah wants us to be aware of the disease vectors and stay away from the bodies of dead, unclean animals and not allow people who have died to remain exposed to the living. You bury them. You don't gawk at them. Even secular food handling guidelines direct us to never place cooked food on the same tray we took it from before we cooked it. When you grill meats, those of you that eat meat, you need to always remember to place cooked items on a clean tray and consider the uncooked meats to contain serious bacteria. If it was a correct procedure 3,000 years ago, it's still correct today. Some of you got unclean lips. The only thing that comes out of your mouth is filth. Your body's like a sewer. You got unclean lips. The prophet Isaiah, he saw a vision of Yahawah sitting on the throne in the temple. And he was completely overtaken by what he saw. What did he say? He said, woe to me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips. And I dwell in the midst of unclean people. This is what we're in the midst of today, man. For my eyes have seen the sovereign, the Elohim Yahawah. See, we must guard our lips, man. If they were the source of a spring pouring forth only clean water, you're supposed to speak righteous things, man. Clean hands, pure heart. That will produce good fruits, man, on our lips. David the psalmist sing about the lips also. in Psalms 141, verse 3. Someone get that. Psalms 141, verse 3. And someone get Matthew 12 and 37.
Book of Psalm, Talahim, chapter 144, verse 3.
141, verse 3.
141,
141.
verse 3.
Come.
O Yahawah, set a guard for my mouth. Watch over the door of my lips.
Yeah, you got to set a guard over some of your mouth, man. Your mouth is filled with filth, man. Matthew 12 and 37. Someone got that? By your words, you're going to be justified, man. By your words, you're going to be condemned. So you better pray to the Most High, set a guard over your filthy mouth, man.
Matthew 12, verse 37. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned.
So a lot of you are going to be justified and condemned by your words. So is Grandmaster J, man, misleading all our people, man, for his notoriety and fame. So by your words, you're going to be justified, and by your words, you're going to be condemned, man. See, the key to staying clean is to remain in constant contact with the way, the truth, and the life. The person giving this is Hamashiach Yahawashi, man. If we abide in his word, we are truly his students. And we will know the truth. And the truth will make you free. Not set you free. Make you free. John 8 and 32. See, we are sent into the world, but we're not of the world. You're not of this world, man. We help one another stay clean by serving one another, not condemning one another. Yahawashi can work through us to reach a lost, defiled, unclean person if he chooses to, and restore them completely. But you got to have faith and believe in that. See, when we allow Yahawashi to cleanse our hearts from the inside, we will be clean in our behavior. We will be clean in our speech. We will get rid of all that hate. But you live in a toxic environment. Some people say you're a product of the environment. I beg to differ. You live in a toxic environment. You got pesticides, hormones, steroids, chlorinated water, mercury, heavy metals, fertilizer, processed, and genetically modified foods, decaffeinated coffees and tea, deodorants with aluminum in it, chemical softness for clothes, hairspray, and so many more things, man. All of these things are in human food, man. Don't you know you got deodorant in some of the food that you eat, man? You got aluminum in some of the damn waters and things you drink. The food chain environment are making our bodies collect and hold concentrated levels of toxic metal. And you wonder why you're sick. Our children are born toxic. And they're made more toxic by ingesting air. They done poison the air. This damn beast done poison the damn ozone layer. Ingesting food, bad food, and water loaded with all of the things that I just mentioned. You can't even drink clean water anymore, Jeffrey. Look what happened in Detroit, man. Look what happened in Michigan. Then we wonder why autism, arthritis, Alzheimer's, cancer, COVID-19 is becoming a damn pandemic. How many of you really read the side effects of the prescription drugs that you get from Big Pharma? How many of you read the side effects of those? Then you add to this inactivity. You sitting there playing a damn video game all day. Or you got your remote and you kick back and you watching a Netflix marathon or just watching YouTube. You don't get any exercise. So you add to that inactivity to all of this, then you find obesity. What, 7 out of every 10 Americans are overweight? 7 out of 10. Now you talking about Eve look good. She all damn overweight. She might get a big butt, but you turn her sideways, you can't tell the front from the back because she got a big ass gut also. Looking like she pregnant. And all that damn cellulite in there, man. But you don't care nothing about that, man. Obesity is emerging, man, as the greatest threat. Why? Simply because oxygen is never used enough to burn up the toxins and excrete them through our skin. You won't exercise, man. Then you laugh at, oh, Taza, you work out all the time. You damn right. You damn right I do. Some of you don't have a damn bowel movement but once or twice a week. That's not healthy, man. Then you eat more than you discrete. You get back up. And you wonder why your damn guts way out the head. I don't mean to seem vulgar, man, but I'm telling you why you so damn sick, man. So the answer is to eat clean. Yeah, man, like Tazadak and Yashabin, man, they stay in shape. Nothing special about me and Yashabin, man. It's right here. Your war is right here. It's in your mind. Well, I'm getting old. I'm not supposed to do that. Yeah, man, I'm 40 years old. He out like he old. I hear Negroes talk like that. I said, damn, man. That nigga done gave up. Looking like Larry Holmes, flat, flabby, and sick. They start telling you, when you start telling yourself stuff like that, yeah, well, I'm 41, 42, I'm not supposed to do this. That's where you mess up at, man. You just gave up right there, man. You just gave up. Your health is your wealth, man. Your health is your wealth. You better put the damn beer down. Put the beer down, man. Bud don't make you wiser. Bud doesn't make you wiser. This word does, man. So you sick, man. You don't want no exercise, man. The answer is to eat clean, man. Exercise every day. You laughing at me, man. A 20-minute walk is all it takes, man. You ain't got to put out hard, man. You ain't got to be a damn Yashabin. You got to use the large muscles, man, in the legs, man. It will help the whole body to find muscular balance. But you won't exercise. You're clotting up. You're getting clots in your lungs. You won't exercise. I know I'm talking to someone right now, man. You can't even call me a liar, man. I'm talking to someone right now.
Yep.
How you going to say you're a man of the Most High? You gluttonous. You gluttonous, but you're a man of the Most High. You don't even take a 20-minute walk, man. You got to start somewhere. Start now. Now, don't talk about doing it tomorrow, New Year's resolution. Do it now. If you don't do it now, you're never going to do it, man. You wait on tomorrow, you're just going to end up with a lot of empty yesterdays. So when done early in the day, like me, I get up early, your metabolism is raised for the body to burn away the unwanted toxin more effectively. You need that exercise, man. I'm trying to tell you. You know, my cousin Malik, man, I wish I had listened to you, man. When you told me, man, yeah, I should work out. A little late now, isn't it, man? What if, could have, what if, should have, man? Don't be one of them, man. You're always talking about what you could have done. That's failure, man. You got to make daily, long-term goals, store them for right now, and attack them with conviction. You don't feel like getting up? That's when the time you got to go, man. Today, man, I'm out. I'm running up the mountain, man. I'm running up the hill, man. These steps, and the rain started coming down. Rain started coming down. People started scattering, running to their car. You know what I did? I went in harder. I went harder. Will called me when I was doing it. I was like, yo, man, I'm running right now.
Yeah,
I just ran up downhill, man. About to go back down. About 5 more times. People running to their damn car. It started pouring, man. You think that stopped me, man? I can't let the climate, and it was hot and humid. I didn't let the climate interfere, man, with my workout, man. See, you got to be driven, man. You got to have goals, and you attack them with conviction. You'll be happy and healthier, man, for doing so. I'm telling you, man. You guys better listen, man. What does going into the mountain of Yahawah and those who stand in its set apart place? He who has innocent hands and a clean heart, who did not bring his life to nothing and did not swear deceivingly, he receives a blessing from Yahawah and righteousness from the Elohim of his deliverance. See, this is the generation of those who seek him, who seek your face. Salah. Book of Psalms 24, verse 3 through 6. That's it, man. I'm done, man. Anyone else got anything? I'm done. I said all I need to say, man.
Yeah, I got some I want to share. Video.
Motivate. What's that?
So I got a video that I'm gonna try to pull up. I couldn't send it by email and share my screen, so I'm gonna have to play it directly from my phone. Hopefully everybody can see that.
I can't see that, man. What is that?
A little bit of a glare.
This is the stuff that's left over after distilling my tablet.
Y'all hear that?
See that?
It's an echo.
All right, well, that stuff
This would be
is the inside of what's left after distilling the tap water. It's like glass and it's brittle.
Keep our temples clean.
So what that was just an example of what's in everyone who drinks tap water and, feel like, oh, well, you got to get your minerals somehow. That stuff that's left over in the bottom of my water distiller, because I distill all my water. And I've been doing that since about 2016. And the stuff that's left over that gets caught up inside your joints, gets caught up in your brain, all those hard minerals, chlorine, so on and so forth. I mean, and that is after only about 2 weeks. You see what I'm saying? So even if you are working out, if you're drinking regular tap water, I'm just going to say beware. That stuff that's went on in Flint, Michigan is not isolated to Detroit and Flint. I believe it's happening all over the place. Right here in Atlanta, and we get a letter at least 3 to 6 times a year about water contamination. So if you're going to do this, just be aware that there are toxins literally everywhere. And if you're just starting out, the best way to combat these toxins, if you're not eating cleanly, all together at first is just take some activated charcoal capsules that does attach itself to all kinds of positive ions, which has a negative effect on your body. That's what bad bacteria, that's what basically things that cause an acidic environment in your body, it attaches itself to it and allows you to pass it through your bowel movements and your and through urination. But that is just from a couple. That is just actually, I want to say, yeah, that's just a couple of weeks. That stuff picks up like rocks and soot, and I was breaking it, and it sounded like glass. When I flick it, I mean, the vibration of it against the metal, it sounded like it was just shattered glass in there. So it is going to take you effort to keep your temple clean, but it is not impossible. Like Khan said, you don't have to be, like myself, because I'm a little bit extreme. I just lied. Forgive me. I'm a lot extreme when it comes to that type of stuff. But that really, when it comes to fitness, but as far as what you're putting inside of your body to keep your temple clean, I believe everybody should be like that. If you're gonna follow the law, statutes, and commandments, and basically qualify, your health is your wealth, and as many things as the USDA, the FDA are saying that's okay for human consumption, that stuff is not. It is not kosher, very far from it, and it is mostly experimental at its inception to see how we as a people we're going to be developing and responding. And the fact that the educational level and expectations have been lowered over the years is just sheer proof. How are you going to have a next generation weaker and or dumber, not even the same, but literally dumber and weaker physically than the previous? It's inside of the food and it's inside of the water. There's been a war waged against the general population that's been going on for years. And the only way out is to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the only way I see it. That is the only way you're going to be delivered from these curses. Because by following the law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to omit more than half of the stuff that they're subjected to, aside from the poison that they put in the air. But there's even a way around that. But the stuff in your food and water, you can't live without water. There's some people out there right now haven't drank water in months. You know where they get the water from? Soda, sweet tea. I mean, that thing is ridiculous. Our body is made up mostly of water. But look at how great the creator is, because at first it took what, 60, 70 years for these experimental drugs and toxins and things like that to take hold of us before we started perishing earlier and earlier. So now we are, about what, 6, 7 generations in since the inception of certain big name companies that's been putting experimental drugs and hard minerals inside the food. Sugars that's not really sugar, synthetic sugars, over processed sugars that boost your boost your metabolism without any form of nutrition, gives you nothing and takes everything. High fructose corn syrup, red and yellow dye. Guys really need to wake up. You can say that's inconvenient. You can say that's expensive. What's worth your life? I've met many people and I've helped quite a few folks, come back from certain ailments. But not one time have I seen anybody on their deathbed saying, man, it's my time. And I'm sure glad I had all that steak. I've not seen that yet. And you know what? And the folks out there that this applies to, you are not going to say that either. You're going to be just like one of them shoulda, coulda, woulda folks. The only way out, man, is these laws, statutes, and commandments. If you don't take care of your temple, will not take care of you. But yeah, that's all I got.
Anyone want to come in the room? The links in the room could come on in. Anyone else that's on the call, you got anything? Israel, Will, Jeff, any of you got anything?
Yeah, this just really hitting home because I think, the worst thing for just me personally is that sugar, man. And I can honestly say, I got an addiction to it. So it's something that I need to work on, and this stream right here is like you said, not tomorrow, but I think I've been I do work out, and I use that as like, I don't go as hard as I used to, but I use that as a justification to still kind of taper off on my eating. So it's time for me to, get more discipline, and combine that with the working out. So, I appreciate this stream right here. It's just putting some things in perspective for me.
Yeah, I would stop the sugar, man. That's counterproductive to your working out. Sugar,
Yeah,
believe it or not, man, sugar affects your health like worse than fat does, man. It does more destruction to your body than fat does. That really breaks your system down, man. And what a lot of people don't realize, and the doctors won't tell you, sugar causes hypertension and all of that. It causes a lot of sicknesses, man, in your body. And then when you consume too much of it, it stores fat. And that fat stores in your body and I had that sugar addiction also. You know what you need to do? You need to do a detox. Then if you could go 2 weeks just not eating it, just trying to supplement it with like fruits, you'll be able to break that addiction, man. You'll be able to break it. But you just to stop that, you got to just stop that cold turkey, man. Because if you keep, and the other thing you got to do, when I was training people, what I would tell them is like, listen, man, don't bring any junk in your house. Because if it's there, you're gonna eat it. And if you abstain from that stuff for a while, and then if it's there, you're gonna eat the whole damn thing. Like, let's say if you stop eating ice cream for a while, right? Unless you're incredibly disciplined, right? You might have went like 2 weeks, you didn't eat nothing. You're gonna go to the fridge one night, and it's harder to control at night, right? You go in there because your body starts craving it. It's a drug, man. Just like any kind of other drug, your body starts craving it. You're gonna go in there in the middle of the night, and you're gonna tell yourself, "Yeah, I'm just gonna have a couple, spoonfuls," and you'll stand there, you eating that whole damn thing, if not the whole thing. That's how it is, man. It's a drug, man. It's a drug, man. So the only thing you're doing is you're capping to yourself, man. You just capping to yourself, man. Yep. So it's better to, just tell yourself, man. You got to tell yourself, I'm going to do it now. And you know what you got to do, man? You got to flush it. Once it gets out of your system, the addiction is not as strong. That's why I'm saying to do a detox and drink a lot of water to flush it all out of your system. But you're going to have withdrawal symptoms, and it's going to be telling you, it's not going to hurt to have a little. I worked out hard today. So you think you go back and get it. This is why a lot of people, man, when they go to the gym, you see person, he in the gym a long time. He work out hard, man. But his body doesn't seem to change. You know what it is? It's what he's eating. He's not disciplined enough. See, your war is in your mind, man. Everything is in your head. If you don't train your mind, I don't give a damn how hard you train your body. You're not going to get what you're looking for. There's a lot of people that look like they're healthy. A lot of these people, bodybuilder, they're taking all kind of damn supplements and all that. They're not really healthy, man. Some of them people have high blood pressure and all of that, man. This is why a lot of bodybuilders die of damn heart attacks and they're right in the gym, man. They're not healthy. They're not eating healthy, man. Food, diet is very important, man.
Yeah, I've been able to cut out all dairy pretty much. I haven't eaten no eggs. I haven't drank cow milk in I don't know how long. I stopped eating cheese like that call you had when you was calling out pretty much everything. Pork is in everything in the grocery store. Like I haven't eaten cheese. But the sugar is hard to combat
That's one
because
of the
most
hardest things, man.
yeah, it's in everything.
A lot
High
of people are
fructose.
addicted to sugar, man. Because sugar's in everything. You know, they put sugar and salt in everything. That's how they get you addicted, man. They put sugar and salt in everything. You look at a regular Ritz cracker, that thing's loaded with sugar, man. But they put salt in it so you won't know that sugar's in it. It takes away that sugary taste. That's how they get you addicted, man. That's sugar.
Even stuff that's
Yeah.
fat free. Stuff that's fat free, they put a lot of sugar in. A lot of sugar and sodium.
And you know what happens? The sodium, it causes your body to maintain the water weight. Makes it hard for you to get rid of it. And the sugar, when you don't burn that off, that stores as fat.
And you know what? Jake just used to this heathen diet, man. This heathen type of mind frame of like eating all these things that the heathen eat. It tastes good to them. They don't care about what's really healthy for their body more than what tastes good to them. That's that heathen mind frame, man. Like bacon and eating all that them crab legs and all the shrimp and stuff like that. They don't want to even know the effects of what them foods do to their body, because they just want to just whatever tastes good to them is what they want to eat, and whatever's fashionable. Because like eating lobster and having snow king crab legs, you know what I'm saying? That's a result to you acting like you have like money, you know what I'm saying? Like a status type of thing, where so people put more status on their food than health on their food. You know what I'm saying? And Jake loved to do that. Jake just don't care, man. That's why Jake leads in the most healthiest diets in America. Jakes are leading in the most overweight out of any nation in America. That's that heathen, and that's the same thing that happened in the scriptures when the Israelites, they left Egypt, you know what I'm saying, and they went into the wilderness, and they said, oh, it's better for us to be back in Egypt, at least we can have this and we can have that. That's the same mind frame they got right now, man. And this is why a lot of cats not gonna make it in the wilderness, man. When it's time to go to that wilderness, man, they ain't gonna make it out there because they gonna want to eat that stuff they had before. And when we gotta eat like the right bugs and the right berries and the right plant life to sustain ourselves, Jake ain't want to do that.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right about that. You can smell the things that people eat when they sweat, man. It's crazy. When I be in the gym, when gyms would open up, like you can smell when somebody eats pork like, real bad on just in the general area after they leave a machine or something. Oh man.
When you become a vegan like me, man, I start to look at certain people. I'd be like, damn, probably disgusting, man. Eat all that damn meat and bad food. Probably eat crabs and all of that. Nah, man. I'm good, man.
See, for me, man, like I was able to kick. I mean, I don't eat. I'm not a fiend for meat, like seafood, shrimp, lobster. None of that ever. It's that sugar, dog. Like everything else, man, I can cut it out of dairy.
That's the hardest thing to kick though, man. That sugar, because that's a drug, man.
I get a lot of fruits. That replaces a lot of like that taste for sweetness.
Yeah.
I would get a lot of fruits. I've been
You just got to train your mind, man, like a warrior, man. You know what I tell them?
Yeah, yeah,
You can't allow some substance to control you, man. You just got to be
yeah,
strong. I'm gonna tell you something, man. You got to take it 1 minute at a time, then 1 hour at
yeah,
a time, then one
yeah,
day at a time. You make it through 1 day. See, you can't think, oh man, I got to go all of this time without eating sugar. Nah, man, I'm just gonna make it through the day. I'm just gonna make
yeah.
it through the day. That's what you got to tell yourself, man. You're about to eat it. Nah, I'm not gonna do that, man, because I'm gonna lose everything. I'm gonna eat it, then I'm gonna be fat again.
Mm-hmm.
And it really breaks down your body, man. Sugar, that refined sugar, it really breaks down your body. It literally makes your muscles soft, man.
Yeah.
It literally makes
And
your
you're
muscles
right,
soft.
it's in everything, man. Everything. So, I like right now, like I always been like a naturally strong dude, but I weigh like 225, 230, but I really should be walking around 170, 160, 170, and it's just like I said, because aside from sugar, I don't eat bad. I don't overeat. I drink water. I think just that sugar is I still
But I mean,
consume sugar.
that's all it is, man. That's one of the worst things right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, because you consume so little, and you putting in so many damn calories, man. And that
Hmm.
refined sugar, there's nothing good about that, man. That gives you a crash and burn, man. When you stop eating that, watch how much energetic you feel, man. You'll find so
Yeah.
much, feel so much more energetic. A lot of those people that say they be tired and all that is because of what they're eating. It's what they're consuming.
calm.
Yeah. When you kick that sugar, that was the hardest thing for me too. When you kick that sugar, you are going to go through withdrawal symptoms. So you're going to feel hunger in your belly versus your salivary glands. You're
Hey,
going to
look,
have.
these people are back again, man. Hebrew Freedom Ships of Zion.
Oh, here we go.
They didn't change themselves from the gathering of Yeshua Hamashiach. And they coming with the same type of damn nonsense. And I'm about to block them again, man, if they don't hurry up and get back in the right spirit. They're coming in here again and telling us, they're coming in here and they're critiquing people. Totally off subject here. But go ahead, man.
Yeah, you're going to get headaches, but if you stay with it, the headaches don't last. For me, they lasted about a good 3 or 4 days because I used to be real heavy on like milkshakes and cakes and different things like that.
Yeah.
Seriously, I used to make a banging cheesecake from what I thought was scratch, and I mean it was crazy. But once you get past that point, like Tazak was saying, your energy is going to shoot up. For me, I don't know about for you, but for me, it was akin to like going through puberty again. Like different things start to change in your body that you're like experiencing like all at once, but you gotta stick with it. So
Yeah.
if sugar is really as big as a deal for you, like it was for me, dates, figs, walnuts, Brazil nuts. Whenever you eat anything, any kind of if you feel like you got, you gotta, get some sugar in your body, get something bitter as well. So Brazil nuts, or yeah, Brazilian walnuts, regular walnuts, and black walnuts. I put them all in there. They're extremely bitter. It is dry, but at least dates, they have a lot of nutrients and stuff in them. Like they have more potassium than bananas. You said you're drinking a lot of water, so
Yeah.
it'll have a benefit without have giving you that crash and burn. And they also high in fiber as well.
Mm.
Sugar without fiber and without nutrients, it takes things from you more than it gives you, and it breaks you down. Kind of like an
You
unripe
said
fruit.
you said dates, figs, Brazil walnuts, black walnuts. It was another one you said, I think.
The regular walnuts,
Regular.
especially those black walnuts. Those black walnuts, they'll keep you regular. Meaning anything that you have built up on your inside of your digestive tract, it'll clean it out over time. Not all at once, but over time. So
Yeah.
you might have, stools that are two different colors because there's been something sticking up in you for, months or even years that's never moved. And then you're gonna have your regular stuff. But yeah, I'll let you know, man. Stay with that thing. And the less sugar you consume, it also preserves your eyesight.
Really?
Yep. It
Damn, I
preserves
never
your
knew.
eyesight as you get older.
Yeah, I crushed it up, man. That's my last hurdle, man. And like Todd said, it's in the mind. I know I can do it. It's about being diligent and even making a plan before I leave the house on, temptations or having me a little bag of mixed nuts with me just to make sure I don't get tempted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol. I cut the cannabis a few years back, but it's just a matter of it's that last hurdle, man. So I know it can be done. I'm gonna just mind over matter.
Come.
So nobody else in the room got anything to add? No one want to click on the link. John Taylor, Morgan Warrior, Octavius.
What do you do from a workout perspective, Yasha Beam? Like here recently, like I got a trail close to my house, and I'll start off with like a real brisk walk. Then I'll at least get 10 sprints in. Like I'll sprint, like 100 yards, walk 50, sprint 100, and then I hit like 25, 30 push-ups at every little stop that I hit. But
It's good.
I'm really not trying to bulk up any at all. Like I'm trying to really just strip down, man. Like I said, 160 sound crazy, but like that's really what I should be walking around at, 160, 170.
I mean, in all honesty, it's not what you're doing, it's what you're eating, that's gonna,
Yeah.
for the most part, is gonna, determine where you at. So I mean, if you're doing what you're doing, that's good. All you have to do is change your eating habits, and it's going to end up falling off you either way. Because the way you're working out, that's similar to myself. So I'll sprint and like 100, 200, probably sometimes a quarter of a mile at a time, and then I'll walk, for a minute. But my walk, I kind of, is either a lunge. My walk is side shuttle hops, or if I do any kind of like power walking, I purposely like flex like my hamstrings or like flex my toes just so I get like my whole body, and then I'm back at getting that burn. Like for example, today I did like 100. I did like 100 and something of pull-ups, sets of 20, 15, and 10, and then going back to 20, 15, and 10, and that was it. For the for the day, and I covered one, two. I think I covered about four. It was about 4.5 or just under 4.5 miles of sprinting, of which of the 4.5 miles, I think I did a total of a mile of walking. I would say it's probably not more than that. And so I mean, as far as a work regimen, if that's something that you're consistent that you're doing, that's really good. So I would say just stay on that and expound on that. It's solely in what you're eating, because I was pretty active as well. During my time that I was in the service, I was always pretty fit. I stayed between about 160. I was always under 170, but I had a double chin, even though I looked like I was kind of fit and thin. But after I changed my eating habits, the double chin done went away. I started growing, facial hair for the first time after the age of 30. And then, you guys have seen my hair. That's been like, I've been letting it grow out for about 2 years now. So, things are you're going to see signs in your body, the things that's going to, be changing, for the better, whether it be your eyesight, your hair growth, nail growth, your body odor from when you sweat, the smell of your stools, or if you, pass any kind of flatulence, things like that. So there's signs going to show that, what you're doing is actually working. Just definitely stay with it,
Yeah.
The Most High, we put these things in place for a reason, and it really keeps us alive. But no one knows that. No one will know that until you have the courage to walk in those laws, statutes, and commandments. That's the only way I found out. And me trying to help somebody else, I did it myself first. And then I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. There's something to eating natural food. There's something to eating food or plants that yield seed after itself. And shortly thereafter, I came across the Dr. Saban Nutritional Guide, and then it was a wrap from there. I've been on that. It'll be 6 years in a couple months, and that thing is serious. Because he's already done a lot of the research, and he's cured about just about everything on disease out there.
Yeah.
So, and that's simply from what we eat. So if what we're eating puts our body in a constant state of being cleansed and detoxing, it's you're going to end up being like, well, when someone asks you, what do you take for this? What do you take for that? It's in what we eat every day that keeps us away from the ailments, such as the COVIDs and the common flu or arthritis pain and different crazy things like that, swelling of the joints and and stuff. It's not going to be, it can't cling on to us because we don't have any of that stuff in us. So not only for you, but everyone under the sounds, of a voice, the folks that are out there in the audience, I'm telling you firsthand that, and I've actually shown what I used to look like from 27 to dang on 30, I look like a whole nother person, a whole nother man. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go get that picture again, so you don't think I'm BSing, because in case some folks missed it. I'll be right back.
Until the brother come back, our bodies try to rejuvenate every so and so. Like every couple months, our skin try to reproduce new skin. Our organs try to regrow, and they do the process based off of what we eat. So if we eat nothing but poison, our body's gonna come back weaker. That's aging. The natural It's something natural that you can't avoid, but you can preserve yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get old and be achy. You don't have to be old and be fat with a big bear belly. You know what I'm saying? You can still run my like you young. You know what I mean? It's really on what we eat. Because me personally, I always struggle with my weight, but I do notice like the moment I cut out the BS, my energy is always up. Like I was telling Taz the doc, like when I stick to my I stick to the my regimen, because I can't call it a diet because it should be a lifestyle. But when I'm on it, like I can't sleep past 6 a.m. You know what I'm saying? I just got mad energy all day. But like the moment I eat something that's really high in sugar or fat, like I be crashing. I sleep in late. You know what I mean? I don't have that wittiness about myself. Like I be brain fog and all that. So like the food is really important, especially for the workout, yo. You'll be surprised how much energy you'll have if you work out just drinking water. You feel me? Like on empty stomach, like after them stomach pains go away, you get a crazy burst of energy, bro.
Yeah, I'm taking heed, man. They said that's really that last hurdle, man. That last hurdle is just that eating right. Like I said, alcohol, all that, no vices like that. No, I stick to the diet of the scriptures, but like Todd said, man, that's that real drug, man. I thought kicking the cannabis was was a tough one, man. But again, man, this is just a challenge, and it's something to look forward to, and truthfully, like I said, for moving forward with this nation and what we talking about doing and things like that, I'm not trying to let nobody down to my left or right, especially not based on not being disciplined with what I put in my body. So, I was watching a little video earlier, and that it was a channel, and they was talking about the old dude Jam Master Jay, whatever his name is, and they little group, and the Edomites was really clowning them, like, look, they can't march 50 yards without taking a rest, and I'm definitely not on that level. I'm definitely not there, but it's still perception is everything. And when they see well-oiled machines, well-oiled members of our group, I don't want to be no bad reflection on myself or the team. So this is really giving me something to take it to the next level, because subconsciously I would be working out just to now I can eat what I want. So,
I used to be like that too. But when it comes to the sugar, brother, like, the sugar is literally more addictive than cocaine. You know what I'm saying? And then they put sugar in everything. It's almost nothing you can find on the shelf that don't have sugar. And like, the less sugar, the more salt. So it's like, it's a wicked game. That's why Taz was like, try to eat outside the hours. You know what I'm saying? Keep it fruit, vegetables and stuff. Cause, man, it's even like the so-called vegan stuff, the healthy stuff, bro. It's either loaded with sugar or salt, or a sweetener that's worse than sugar. That's going to cause a tumor or some weird growth on your body. You know what I'm saying? That aspartame and stuff like that.
There's some wicked stuff out here, man. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, but all of the stuff that he's talking about is processed. If you don't eat processed vegan food, that's not in it. If you eat things that's actually alive, that comes from the earth, you're not gonna have to worry about that. See, when they process this stuff, they'll put it in there. They'll take a damn plant burger and they put sugar in that. They process it. And they process it in these factories, and they start to put stabilizers and things like that in it, man. So when it starts to get unhealthy, man, they'll take something that would have been okay and they'll make it unhealthy.
Man, a few years ago, I flew out to Missouri by a company. Had a job interview, and it was I'm not gonna put the company out there, but they made packaged meat, and I'm telling you, man, like, I almost wish I had a hidden camera on me, like some Dateline stuff. Man, it's so foul, the supply chain process of how this stuff is set up. Like, you talk about eating kosher meats, like, they literally, like, 8 miles from the plant, from the facility, it's a slaughterhouse. And you know how like, if you get a tree cut down, they push the tree right through the little machine. Man, they literally will take a cow and just shove it straight through there. So at the time it show up at the facility, it's just pure liquid. It's liquid. And by the time they add all the preservatives, the gelatin to it, the spices, all this little other crap, that stuff you see in that packaged bacon, for example, man, that started off as a liquid when it was an incoming product into the manufacturing facility, and they do so much to it. Even, like, if you get bacon from, like, the butcher, it had that white strip on it. Man, that's even fabricated. If any of your family eating, like, turkey, butter ball or that type of packaged stuff, man, it's foul, man. I'm telling you, I almost threw up on the interview walking the plant facility. I'm like, man, I can't. Thank you, but no, thank you.
I used to work at Purdue, bro, and they used to have this like basically it's this section called debone, and like that's where they like I guess they get the chicken tenders or whatever, and they used to just put these bones in a big tin, and the tin would go to this grater, and the grater is just grind the bones up until it's like
Yeah.
with some type of liquid, and that'll make the hot dogs, the sausages, and
Yep.
you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's nasty, bro. It's just all like chicken backs, and
Yep.
just added material, bro. Just disgusting.
They throw the whole thing, man. It's not kosher at all. Like I'm talking about like 500-gallon barrels of liquid that they like. It's a big manufacturing. The one I went to, it's a big process, and by the time they chill it, put the gelatin, that thing come out looking like a piece of bologna or some bacon, man. But that thing went through a real process to even take its shape, to hold in that shape. It's pretty disgusting, man.
Hey, Jeffrey, real quick. This is it right here at 27. Got my CDL and
Mhm.
yeah, double chin, facial hair didn't grow. So to keep Marine Corps regs, I only had to shave, like get a haircut once a month and shave to fit in. I shaved about twice a month, but it wasn't necessary.
Mm.
And
Real quick, I just wanted to show y'all something that I be drinking for my health, man. It's right here.
oh
Called
yeah,
Black
black seed oil.
with the bitters.
Black
It
seed
got
bitter.
the whole thing in the back right here. It tells you like everything it do for your. Can you see it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see it.
Come on.
yeah, that stuff is very high in iron,
It
man.
got like the ingredients right there. Say like that. I be drinking that like every day, like 1 teaspoon at night, daytime. And I be drinking this right here, called immunity formula. And got like it's like for your elderberry. It got the and Shahina. I can't really forgive me. I'm saying it wrong. But it got like just for like keep your immune system good, man. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't like when I was drinking this, I was riding my bike all the way down to like, so I live on 150. I live on 150th Street, right? And I rode my drink all the way down to like 10th Street, my bike, where I was stopping for an hour. So I'm like, all right, my mule got to be good money. You know what I'm saying? During the COVID, so I'm like, I think it's helping me, man. So I recommend y'all buy this stuff. It's like I think I paid like $20 each for each of them. And it's been lasting me like 3 months, 3 to 4 months, 5 months.
What's your serving that you do on that black seed, Clean Light?
So when I do it, I try to drink it without. It tells you to drink it with food, but I don't do it with food. Like I drink in the morning, and I won't eat. I just take 1 teaspoon, a big glass of water, then I do another one, big glass of water, and that'll get your water in. You see what I'm saying? Like that gets your water in during the day, so you stay hydrated. Do 2 glasses right there. Then I do the immunity formula. I do that in the afternoon if I'm home, and I do another glass of water. So you're getting like 4 glasses of water during the day right there, and you need like 8 to 12, I think, for you to supposed to have like every on the daily, 8 to 12 glasses of water. So I'll do that.
Yeah, I got about a
And
32-ounce bottle left of that black seed oil, but I get that to everybody in the house. Everybody. When the seasons change, and like black seed up, and then we got, and they're like,
it's
oh
nasty though. It's
man,
nasty though. I ain't gonna lie. It's
yeah,
real
they're like,
nasty.
oh man, like, hey, keeping you alive, but hey, it does. That stuff is good for you, man.
Yeah, because I noticed though. I noticed that my digestive system works superb, like man, like I'm using the bathroom like every other day, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like I know people that don't use the bathroom, you know what I'm saying, like 3-4 days. But I'm using the bathroom like every other day. So I'm like, all right, it's working because it's flushing me out. You know what I'm saying?
You got to step that up though, Art. Even though it's every other day, that's good progress. Believe you me, that is great progress compared to most. But if you're eating like a full meal at least once a day, then you should have, you know, a stool at least once a day.
Yeah, I know. I noticed
So,
it happens when I eat like a big meal. But if I don't eat a big meal, so I just ate fruit. I ate fruit and like a salad. It won't happen that day though. Like it happened like the next day.
yeah. I'm just saying you're making some great progress. But just so that everyone else in the audience knows the signs of when things are working right, as often as you eat, once a day, minimally. Sometimes more than that. And so like fruits and vegetables, when everything is going well, only stays in your system only about 4 to 6 hours, 8 hours at the most, depending on what it is. So that's like, from start to finish. So this is one of the things that I use to, just to look out for, what you have to look forward to.
Yeah, I caught this at the health store because they had a different one, but I feel like this one was like the best one because it said like with moringa and the deduce and the health deduce, that's like this, like the bitters one is better than the other one. So I tried a couple of them, but I feel like I'm getting the best results out this one.
I used to take the moringa seeds straight, like you crack the seed open. I was taking them like pills for a while.
Oh, okay. I looked it up, but I didn't know you can like just do it like that, like just eat it like that. And I didn't know that.
Yeah, my cousin's father is from the islands, and he was putting me. I told I suffer from hypertension. He was like, "Man, take this moringa plant. He's like, that's one tree that you could from the bark. You can like brush your teeth with the bark. You can make the leaves in the smoothies. You can eat the seeds." And I just never re-up, but I was taking the seeds pretty consistent at one point. I saw some benefits.
Yeah, man. I feel like at a point in your life, you're gonna have to cleanse your body, man, because all the foods you was eating while you was in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? That stuff gotta come out your body, man. Because I know before I got into the truth, man, I used to be a big crab, snow crab leg. You know what I'm saying? I used to be turning shrimps up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, down here they have whole crab festivals pretty much. They put a bunch of blue crab, blue shell crab out on the tables, and Jake go ham. I mean,
Yeah, Jake loves that.
And so they got the butter on the side. I mean, people just acting a fool over some
out here too, man.
Some insects.
Yeah, Jake be having a whole table full of crabs, man. The blue crabs, man. Not talking about the next day, all you see is crab legs all over the floor, man.
Yeah.
All over the damn floor, man. All over the damn concrete. That's all you see.
Hey, Clean, I was in New York a couple of years ago. This is before I was into the knowledge and everything. I want to say it's like maybe 2014 or something like that. My cousin, he from Harlem, and we was seafooding it up. He took me to some spot, man. I don't know if it was like City Island or
yeah, City Island, City Island.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. Like, man, that was seafood poison in heaven, man. Like, now that I really think about it, and everybody at the table had, at least $40-50 worth of seafood right there, man.
Yes, sir.
Crazy.
And they having a
whole table full of it.
Jake is the happiest when he eating seafood, man. I'm telling you, man. Jake is the happy. You cannot make Jake happier, man. When they eating that seafood, man, I'm telling you, man. They be love the woman. You could get whatever you want after you buy them seafood, man. I'm telling you. Take them to City Island, good, man. Just don't say nothing too crazy. You should be good for the night, man.
Everybody with doggy bags. It was crazy, man. I had never seen nothing like that, man. Because we showed up and we still waited about an hour or something, but it's something about our people with it's like eating seafood is equated in the mind to this delicacy or like you doing it big now or something. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They would
And
give
what they don't
lobster
know,
Also,
to like all the immigrants from Europe fleeing and stuff like that. They would give lobsters to them because that was like a bottom
it was
feeder
a
food.
poor food. Yeah.
yeah, that's what you get to the people that's in jail. Yeah, lobster. I read about that. Lobster was the bottom of the barrel when it comes to like food.
Yeah. It's
So
mental
now look at
marketing, man. They play on the mental and got folks thinking that it's really a delicacy. Y'all brothers been to San Francisco, man? It's a spot over there by the I went to San Francisco a couple years ago, over on the pier, and it's the same thing, man. I'm talking about crab, lobster. Man, there's so many lobster shacks up and down this little one pier, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Crab Shack out here, man. They had to close it down because Jake was in there, having draws and all that, man. Having draws, man.
That last sandwich.
I'm talking about for real, like, cause they had like on Tuesdays, right? It was like a drink night, so it'd be like $5 drinks, right? Plus crabs, so everybody was in there. You know what I'm saying? Getting drinking. The drinks start getting, you start throwing those back after a while. Everybody in there, Jake in there, they can't. Oh yeah, I got beef with him. Oh yeah, feel me? Then fight brawls happening. Had to close the drink down, man.
That's crazy, man.
That's why I know you can't. We gotta blame, Esau. You know what I'm saying, for a lot of things, but Jake, man, gotta take blame too, man, because Jake just don't know how to control themselves, man. Back in the day, man, used to go to like parades and like cookouts, man. Every cookout, every parade that happened, man, somebody always getting shot, man. Somebody always getting beat up somewhere, man. You know what I mean? And it's us. It ain't the white people or what I'm saying, that come out there. It's us. And
Yeah, but
it's sad,
that food, man, that we're brought up on carries a certain vibration, and it does control how you think and how you perceive things. And we've actually put that out in a previous video that until we start consuming those things that are clean, we're going to continue to be courageous in the things that we shouldn't be, and then be cowards in the things that we should be courageous in. You see what I'm saying? That's just how it works. When you look at something as being impossible or not possible to achieve, that's a lower state of mind. That's like an insect. You know what I'm saying? That's literally like cattle being led to the slaughter. Like, you just do whatever, que sera, whatever will be, will be. But as soon as you start eating differently, especially when you get off the sugar, man, your intellect, I'm telling you, intellect even increases. That's when I started getting into running my vehicle off of water for fuel and different things like that, or how electricity really works. Like, your energy goes up, you start to dream lucidly, meaning that you don't need as much sleep to be recharged and different things like that. But until you actually walk in the steps of eating clean and you stick to it for a period of time, you're not going to see those benefits. And once you get on the other side, you ain't going to want to go back. You are not going to want to go back. Trust and believe. It won't even be a temptation on the other side anymore, unless you're putting on for somebody else.
Come on.
Yeah, I need to hit a little detox, man, because I even though I've been walking the straight and narrow, for some time, I know just from how I used to eat, I still got a lot of waste I need to get up out of me.
Come on, I need to do a detox as well. Need to fast first and then do the detox.
Yeah, Tazadak put out the that cleaner that you can get from the vitamin shop. I think it was last week. He said that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come
buy
on.
that cleaner from the vitamin shop. Make sure you close by, a restroom. And I think he said they got like a 3-day and a 7-day, or a 7-day and a 14-day, or something like that.
It's a 7-day and a 14-day.
7-day and a 14-day.
Yeah, they're gonna make you drink a lot of water with that.
Come on.
Yeah, the sooner the better.
How often y'all brothers fast, man? Once a week, once a month.
It's usually, for me, it's like once or twice a week.
Con.
I've been fasting on the Sabbath recently, just every sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. I've just been fasting. I haven't gone a full week.
The thing about fasting, bro, is the after the fast. You know what I'm saying? Because you could fast for a week, but if after the fast you go back to the same habits, you know what I'm saying? It's almost for nothing. So like,
Yeah,
it's a mentality thing. You know what I'm saying? The fast is just the head start, but after the fast, you just got to stay diligent.
Cool.
I think it's being orderly, man, and prepared. You're absolutely right. If you're gonna fast, almost knowing what you're gonna have afterwards set up to where you just don't go try to grab a Snickers wide weight type scenario. So if you're gonna fast, what I'm gonna do is
when you fast, it kills the craving for those things. When you fast, that helps to kill your sugar urge. Because your body, especially if you don't eat it after you fast, your body starts to get used to getting rid of that sugar. Especially if you do like a water fast and you're flushing your system. Once that sugar get out of your system, you don't crave it as much.
Come.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit a fast this weekend.
Hey man,
When you fast, do you like not work out? You just relaxing, or do you like maintain your same day? I'm not saying go over. Obviously, if you go burn 1,000 calories working out, that's not good. But what's some advice that you guys do?
Yeah, sometimes when I fast, I work out, but you might get a little lightheaded, man. Because when you fast, if you don't do nothing, your blood sugar is going to drop. That's going to end up making you lightheaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. That, like I was saying before, one time Israel. Y'all probably already experienced this. Like that third, fourth day, like I'm just sitting there like trying to keep my head up. Just like keep passing out.
Yeah, you got to do. That's what sometimes you could also do like a fruit fast or a juice fast, where you just do water and juice. Yeah, it kind of keeps your blood sugar up. Or sometimes when you fast, just trying to do like a little lemon with a couple maybe a teaspoon of honey and water and a gallon of water.
Yeah.
That honey and the honey will keep your blood sugar up.
Yeah, a lot of these Eves, man, they got a bad diet, man, and they don't know that affects they the lower part of them. You know what I'm saying? It affects that cavity, man. They don't know that. That's why they be having that funk, that stench, and they don't know from eating all these bad foods. That's why that's happening, man. And it's hard to get Eve out that element of eating what tastes good or what's trendy or what's status wise, man. Because I know once I got to this truth, man, I stopped eating pork, man. Like right away, I stopped eating pork. I stopped eating crab. I stopped eating shrimp. I stopped. I give all that stuff just for the truth, man. So I knew that if I was gonna put that back in my body, man, that I'm just telling the Most High, like, forget what you got to say, man. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a lot of things that you got to give up when you're in these truth. But the food wise, man, because I know it's a lot of scriptures that talk about your belly being a pleaser, a pleaser of your belly, man. So I just wanted, that's one of the things that you got to get out, first. I feel like if you want to be in this truth, man, like make sure that that the food, the things you consume, is one of your main priorities, man, when you're in this truth. Because like Yashabim said, man, like cleansing your body cleanses your mind, it cleanses your spirit. And I know it happened for me because once I stopped doing that, I stopped hanging around people that was doing that, and I started, having better opportunities come my way through the mercy of the Most High, man. I started having better opportunities come my way through my financial gains that I wasn't having before when I was just spending my money on that stuff, and go out and try to please the flesh. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, the truth done cut me off from a lot of folks, man. It's really eye opening that folks will sit up and you want to talk about, if you talking about LeBron James or the game or something like that, mugs to converse with you for hours on end, going back and forth. But the minute you drop something, that's enlightening or beneficial or uplifting, man. But I'm to the point now where I could care less, man. You don't want to hang. If you're gonna be around me, we're gonna talk about some real stuff, man. We at war right now. Like and I say this a lot. War is 99.9% mental. So if we can't even discuss, the mental aspects of what we need to do to get better. Like we must not be meant to converse in, man. Have a good day. I'm not talking about no NFL. I don't care about the latest CNN post. It's just been a lot of, especially here recently, man, with everything going on. Folks want to keep up the narrative, and even with all the narratives, you try to dissect that into the truth. And folks, they ain't trying to hear it, man. So the truth is definitely a divider.
Wicked Jake think the truth is a fairy tale, man. Jake think that the Bible's not real, man. So I don't even even try to even people in the neighborhood, whatever. I don't even try to even engage in that because it's no point. You know what I'm saying? When you know somebody is when they don't want the truth, man. You just know it. You know it's because when you bring it up, you see the face they make. You know what I'm saying? And usually when you bring the truth up, they're gonna be curious about what you know. You know what I'm saying? To see what you know is what they know. You know what I'm saying? If they know it, what you know what I'm saying? They don't think you know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know nothing. You know what I mean? So I already be seeing how that go. I be trying to stay away from that, man, because there's no point to me, man. Like I try to, if somebody come to me genuinely and ask me about a question about the truth or whatever, then I see they sincere, then I'll engage with them. But if I see it's no sincereness in them, man, I won't even do it, man, because I just see that you're just playing a game with the truth, man. You're not really taking it seriously, man. And Jake don't take the truth seriously, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been washed so many different ways that Jake don't want to believe in that. You know what I'm saying? They want to believe that no, I'm gonna get mines now. Ain't no later. You know what I mean? Ain't no later for ain't no heaven, man. I'm gonna make this world as heaven now, man. Ain't gonna be no return, nobody returning for us. We gotta do this now, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the faith is about. The faith is about, that the Most High is going to return one day to bring us into into a better life. You know what I'm saying? Forever. That's what you want. That's the fight, because when you read the New Testament, the apostles, they always question Yahawashi, you know what I'm saying, about what they was doing. Was it worth it or not? You know what I mean? Because they all came from different lives, man. They had different lives before they came into the truth, just like we did. You know what I mean? Some of us probably had a lot of money in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to, like, you know, the other game, you know what I mean? So I know people like that, man, that used to be in the world and they used to be making, like, you know, a lot of money in the streets, and then, you know, something happened to them and they came into the truth and they gave all that up, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the devil always will come back to you. He always gonna try to get you back in that again. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's what happened to my homeboy, man. Like, you know, he got back into the world again, man. Because, you know, the devil was going to try to test you again, man. Which is really the Most High trying to test you to see if you're really genuine or not. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be crazy like that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Taylor looks like he got a lot of stuff to add here. It'd be good, John Taylor, if you scroll up inside the chat and click on the StreamYard link so you can put out some of this good information to everybody.
Yeah, I see. He's been going in.
Yeah.
He got them YouTube fingers, man. He got those. But you know what's vexing though, man? Because, like, you know, when you in the truth and you try to, like, you know, get a woman and she want to go, you know, you go on a date with her, man, and you want to go out and eat, and then she eats the things that you know that she shouldn't eat, but you really can't say nothing though. You know what I'm saying? You say things to, like, you know, but it's just so vexing, man. Like, cause you know that she's not gonna eat that. You know what I'm saying? And then she try to offer you a shrimp. You like, nah, I'm good. So I'll be like, yo, I'm allergic. You know what I'm saying? I be saying that all the time. Like, I'm allergic to that, man. Cause I don't want to say that.
I mean, I'd be straight
eat it
up.
because of the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, Clean. Nah, you ain't right for that one. Nah. You ain't right. You trying to
keep
trick
it real,
somebody.
man. I'm keep it real.
Nah, you need to be straight up from the beginning.
Hey, you guys,
mess yourself up again.
I'm about to say shalom, man, to Remy and all of you guys, man. You guys just shooting the breeze, man. I'm about to shut this down, man. About to say shalom, man. Shalom to Remy and all of you guys, man. You guys are shooting the breeze right now, man. Talking about, it sounds like I'm on my healthy vat, man.
No, it was talking about the diet thing. He just
the guy John Teller, he might have suggested a few things, but when he said milk, I kind of lost a lot of respect for him. He said to drink milk at night. At least 75 to 80% of so-called black people are lactose intolerant, man, and that means the sugar that you find in milk. That's what the lactose is, and some of us are totally allergic to milk in general. Cow's milk was never ever made for human consumption, ever. There's nothing healthy about that. Nothing's healthy about that.
Did he just put that in there, the milk, or was it?
No, he put it in there earlier. He put it in there earlier.
Because you can make turmeric milk without using cow's milk. I saw that one. I didn't see it.
What about coconut milk? I drink coconut milk.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, dang, John Taylor. I missed that part. Yeah, you sorely mistaken, Art.
Yeah, I used to drink milk at night. I used to wake up sick every morning after I did that.
Yeah, them enzymes in cow milk is no good for you, brother.
The lactose in cow milk is no good.
See, I'm
usually the lactose that most so-called blacks are allergic to is the milk sugar in it.
Yeah, I misread that.
Loaded and gives you like cramps and all of that. It's the lactose, the milk sugar.
Yes. Milk and turmeric is not the same as what I was describing as turmeric milk. So yeah, he's off on that one, way off.
But these people are still putting this garbage in him and this gathering of Yeshua. Accept the truth. I'm gonna end up blocking them again, man. They coming back with that same BS, man. But yeah, man, I'm about to shut this down, man. Need to lay down, man. Sleep is essential, man. If you're working out, you should get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, man. Bar none. You should try. If you really want your body to like recover properly, that's one of the major things, man, that most people don't get enough of, and they don't see their developments and improvement is sleep. I being one of them.
God.
Shalom.
Shalom,
So
family.
shalom, man. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom.